Hi, I'm Mark Walker. I'm the editorial director at the FinTech Times, and we're here for Seamless TV. Perhaps we can start off by you introducing yourself to our audience.
Thank you very much. I'm Nauman Hassan. I'm the regional director representing Paymentology. I'm heading the MENA region. Paymentology is one of its kind global processor. We are API driven. We are cloud agnostic, and basically anyone who wants cards, it's Paymentology for you.
Fantastic. So let's have a conversation. Obviously, we've spoken numerous times before.
Absolutely.
So I know a lot about you, but our audience don't necessarily. So give us a little bit of background as what does it actually mean to be sort of payment processing?
Payment processing is all about, nowadays it's all about providing that customer centricity and innovation, because payment processing can range from acquiring, issuing, payment gateways, and so on. It's about enabling those financial institutions to help them towards embedded finance. That's basically. Now, payment processing, where we specialize in, is issuing payment processing, which is like creating of digital cards, virtual cards, physical cards, debit, credit, prepaid, anything that comes through a point of sale or an acceptance device. It comes to us. We hold the customer data. We are responsible for managing, for making sure it is compliant. We are processing MasterCard, Visa, local switches. And at the end of the day, we are making the whole experience of transaction seamless for the customer.
Wonderful. Good plug for Seamless as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So thinking about, obviously, you work across the region.
Yeah.
What do you see as the different trends in the different areas of what we call the Middle East and North Africa?
Okay, so first of all, both the regions are closely associated in terms of the population, but I would say in terms of the investments, Middle East is very fertile, right? You have a lot of VCs, you have a lot of risk appetite, I would say. The population, whereas in the Africa is humongous, but the dollar value, there are challenges. Yes, you have the likes of M-Pesa there, the mobile phone penetration, they're capitalizing on it. However, if you talk about the challenges, I think Africa and Middle East has common challenges. Number one, you cannot passport the PIN, right? It's not very easy. Number two, I would say, yes, we talk a lot about innovation. We talk a lot about embracing technology, but as the technology is advancing, there's definitely more and more security threats, right? You have to be on the top. Tech is very important. And this is one of the, I would say, the key subjects that everyone needs to address. We need to be completely on top of the technology. We have to work very closely with the regulators, right? Fulfilling the regulators. So sometimes the regulators take a lot of time assessing. The risk appetite is low. But then again, I think there needs to be a proper partnership. There needs to be an ecosystem that needs to be developed with the financial institutions. The knowledge gap needs to, like I said, narrow down. Everyone needs to work shoulder to shoulder with the regulator, come up with compliances that will address these issues, make the payments more seamless. Again, if you go to Africa, same situation. You cannot, passport the PIN. You have to go and tie up with different banks. Different complications, more expenditure. It's not very easy. So the seamless movement, I would say, of the card across the continent is the way to go. We are doing it in Europe. You can passport the PIN. You get a PIN. You get a card in basically you get a PIN in France. You can actually issue the card in Italy. A singular financial institution or a bank can do that. We need to have something similar, and we need to embrace what the good things are done. So those are the challenges that I can think of. Furthermore, I did talk about cross-border. I think cross-border Africa and North Africa specifically and Middle East, it's very closely associated because a lot of money is flowing to and fro. So the whole experience needs to be seamless. Customer centricity needs to be addressed, making it easier to transfer money, cost-effective to transfer money. I would say interoperability in terms of the technology needs to be there. You can use systems across the country. So there's a lot of room. But I would say if I pinpoint, it's the tech. It's the security.
The security element of it. Okay. And so let's think about what do you see the future trends are going to be, for the whole region?
If I look at how things are progressing, I can pinpoint a couple and then follow up with some minor ones. A couple of them that are recent, open banking, for example. You can see open banking adoption is quite a thing now, starting with Bahrain, then Saudi, UAE is also in the line. We are not coming up with discovery phases. Now we are in implementation, which is great. So we are redefining the whole fashion in which the payments is looked at. Previously, it was very close loop. Now it will be more, I would say, empowering other financial institutions. I would say the process will be more efficient. And if you look at the stats, I was reading somewhere in by 2028, um, the transactions of open banking will exceed $300 billion. That's quite a statement, right? And if you have that across the region, just imagine. I mean, it will be the thing. So open banking adoption is definitely there, and I can see a lot of governmental entities, a lot of regulators, central banks are looking at it, coming up with compliance. Saudi just came up with a document, right, compliant related to open banking. The second one, I would say, it's the uh, blockchain, right? The whole everyone's talking about coins, right? Everyone is talking about redefining the way payment is done, digital currencies. Actually, what central bank backed up digital currencies. So that's another key aspect that we can look at the future. Everything will go cashless. We will acceptance of coins, right? It's the thing right at the moment. People are investing. So it's the decentralization of finance. If I coin that, that's number two. Now, a few minor ones that we are actually looking at. It's the last time when we spoke. I I think I coined a word. It's like creative chaos, right? That's what is happening. Embracement, right? Trying to do more in terms of inclusion, financial inclusion. We spoke about Africa, financial inclusion. That's the thing. Providing solution to underserved. That's the thing. So I think more and more traditional banks need to embrace technology. The gap needs to be addressed. Integrations, interoperability with technology providers, more risk appetite, as I always say. So these are the areas which I think the future, and at the end of the day, I think the success of digital banks that we are seeing at the moment, the spiciness of user centricity, it is appealing, and it's just a matter of time that people will ask for such solution. The shift in the paradigm, the shift in the technology, the customer base will force the traditional bank to look into the future and use technology to innovate things. What we need to understand here is that innovation triggers changes that creates extra value. We should look at innovation bringing opportunities, not threats. So that's where I think the future is.
Okay, that sounds really good, actually. Maybe for my final question, obviously we're here at Seamless in Dubai. How have you found the show? What's your thoughts on the event?
Fascinating, as always. It's always great to network. It's always great to see the what other suppliers, institutions are looking for. The difference that I have seen this time around is our people are more financial literate. Let's put it this way. They have targeted questions. They know what they want. If someone is coming up with a tipping app, they exactly know what they want to do. They know what buzzwords mean now. Embedded finance. People have different understanding meanings of embedded finance. They know what payment gateway is. They know what acquiring is. Actually, the best thing is they know the regulations, and it's very painful sometimes to educate people about on soil, about local switches, right? About having DR. So this time around, I saw people talking the language of payments, which is great. Because this is what I say, there are three pillars. I stated earlier, there are three pillars: financial literacy, number two, infrastructure, number three, building the ecosystem. I think financial literacy is in the advanced stage. Now we have gone through that phase. Infrastructure, yes, people are looking at, and building ecosystem, yes. So that's one. Second thing, as I always say, it's a great hub, it's a great center to engage with people from across the globe. You have a lot of companies that are investing in Middle East now, right? A lot of companies have their headquarters in the Middle East. So you have companies from Canada, you have companies from Europe who are coming and who are looking at what can they do. And this is where I think when I say global village, this is what it means, right? So that's really fascinating. That's really amazing. And as I said, the balance is somehow shifting, and the reason is because number one, it's the whole output, it's the whole the effort that you put in, the response that you get, the support of the government. I mean, conscious effort to diversify the economy away from the natural resources, petroleum in particular. And this is what I always say, that it's enhances sustainability, lowers volatility. So there's a conscious decision by the governments to help, right, provide that platform. So that's the reason why I find it fascinating. And these events are critical. They are acting as connecting dots, and we would love to partner. It's a partnership, business, scouting or development, I would say, and learning, continuously enhancing ourselves. The more we talk to people, the more we learn about the technologies, the more we advance, the more we, take the input, go to a product team, build a roadmap, and get ourselves up to pace with what's happening. So yeah, that's seamless.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for joining me here on Seamless TV, powered by the FinTech Times.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.